Collaboration began and the experience at the film festival, because it looks really, really wonderful.
Thank you for staying. Film festival is where you go there, and movies are the last important thing there to happen. It's just an excuse to create. In March, April, March. At the end of the festival, toasting to be the last one. And when you go there, well, you've heard about it many times. You just spend 5-6 days with them and sit down and listen. And it was very, very encouraging. Of course, injustice occurs there, and you see it happening, but also beautiful things happen. The strength, the patience, the peaceful place where they are set in front of this situation is something very encouraging. And of course, you come back home and you want to help. Spanish society is really helpful to the Sahrawis. For example, they are bringing their kids every summer to their homes, volunteer, some Spanish citizens, to take those kids in summertime from those camps, because on shade it will be 50 degrees. So, and more than that. So the awareness of this conflict in Spain is huge, it's big. But once you're there and you see with your own eyes, as everything in life, then you are shocked by it, and you just ask yourself, what can you do? And we start doing things. And we write some signatures, as you saw in the movie. Apparently they were not enough for the president to take a look at it. And we did different things. Until the moment where we're like, okay, what are we supposed to do? Movies, let's do a movie. Thinking that in a couple of months we'll be made, and 4 years after, we were looking at ourselves like, what have we done wrong? This is the journey that we did, that we want to share with you. It's a journey of the movie, it's our journey, and in my figure, I guess, is the journey of anybody who's asking the question of what's going on, why this situation cannot be fixed. If it's so easy to understand that these people should go back to their land, and human rights should not be violated. Well, we try to answer those questions for us, and also for those who are interested in seeing it.
And Alvaro, can you tell us a bit about how the collaboration began? You usually have worked as a producer in the past, and here you've moved to a different position behind the camera.
Well, I mean, we went together on this trip that pretty much changed everything for us. For me, especially, I have never directed before. But as we started going through the process, we decided we wanted to tell a story. We thought about doing a documentary, and one day I said to Javier, I think I know how it would look, no? But I've never done it before, and if you support me, we'll go. And he said, okay, let's go. And 4 years later, here we are. And but I think that the crucial thing was really being there and meeting them in person and seeing how they have hope, and they look at you with these eyes of hope, because these people come from outside to their abandoned land where nobody's paying attention to them, and suddenly these movie people come and show their films, and for them it's like this glimmer of hope. And since we started doing the movie, every time that we have had a premiere, or the film has been shown in a film festival, or even when it was released in Spain, which was a theatrical release, the Sahrawis were so happy you couldn't believe it. They have somebody's looking at them. The fact that all of you here are now part of this, because now you know.
I did have to say it was very moving to see, here you come to Toronto, you're staying in hotels, and there you were actually staying with the families and living with them and eating with them, and that was quite beautiful. And I want to ask you, Lily, too, how you got involved in the project.
I got involved later on. They had been shooting since 2008, and I came on board about 1.5 years ago. And they were at a point where they needed more financing, they needed encouragement, they needed just a U.S. partner also. And I was really inspired. I didn't know about the situation in the Western Sahara until I met with them, and it blew my mind that this was going on, and I had no idea. And I think I felt a responsibility from that point on to help the film and help the cause and make people aware of it. So we just jumped right in.
Right, and there's a lot of women's groups working there. I guess that must have been.
Yes,
very
well, and
helpful.
actually the Swahili people are very pro-women, which in the region is hard to find, and I think that that's something that we should keep in mind when we're supporting the Sahara cause, that we're supporting people that really believe in our way of life, in the Western sense of equal rights for women, and actually it's a